So just a little update on how my rectal glutathione is going. So far it's going great. And I think some people had said that they kind of noticed a difference in my skin. I mean, I feel like I'm happy with what I'm doing, but some kind of weird things have been happening lately. I've been talking to you guys about the bile production, how much bile I made. I was making, like, obviously having to take like multiple trips to the bathroom even after like I initially let the glutathione syringe out. So, you know, after like, 30 minutes or an hour or whatnot, like I was still going back and forth like with more bile. So like I was just making a ton of bile. And obviously what comes along with making bile is, gas and things like that. Well, now I don't know, let me get my phone so I can see how long I've been doing the rectal syringe for. Okay, so I've now been doing the rectal syringe with the reduced glutathione for about 6 weeks. So in 2 more weeks, we'll be at the 2-month mark. And for some reason, like I don't know, for some reason I told you guys like I just like went from doing 4,000 milligrams to just doing 2,000 milligrams a day. And since I've been doing that, I've noticed that my body is able to retain the rectal syringe like overnight. Like I'm not releasing it until the morning now, and I thought that was really weird. I don't know if any of you are doing that, but yeah, my body just sometimes isn't like waking me up to have to go, but it is coming out like the next day. Trust me, the next day 100% it's definitely releasing all of that gross stuff. So like the bile is coming, but it's just like my body's just keeping it in for way longer. So someone had asked, is basically what I'm doing now, is this my maintenance routine? And not really. That like I'm still trying to actively lighten my skin. I know it is like, it sounds like a really small dosage, like 2,000 milligrams of reduced glutathione rectally, but it seems to be working. And the only thing I can put it to on why it's still working is because my body's now like keeping it in for so long. Like I wouldn't necessarily say, oh, just do 2,000 milligrams and let's see where you end up. I think for some people like that just really wouldn't be enough. And for others, it's smarter to do maybe 6,000 milligrams starting off and like to really boost things up. But for some reason, I'm getting away with only 2,000 milligrams. And yeah, I just think it's kind of crazy. So I'm not sure if this is something that just happens to everyone. Like I said, it's been about 6 weeks on rectal glutathione, on the rectal syringe, doing the reduced glutathione. I had another comment of someone saying that they're thinking about switching to reduced glutathione after their acetyl is out. And to be completely honest, like I would be too. I don't know, like in my mind I can't figure out why acetyl was not giving me quite, I don't know, the results that are like really noticeable, unless over the 3 months that I was taking the acetyl it was just because it had to build up in my system. So now that I'm on 4 months glutathione, going on 5 months glutathione, my system already has like glutathione stores. So basically whatever I add to it, it's just helping me with basically changing my skin. But I don't know, I'm just really surprised. I'm really surprised. So at first I thought it was bad that when I was taking my dose at night, because I'm still only doing 1 dose and that's at night, I thought it was bad because I wasn't really having any gas, which means, not that that's bad, but if you're not making the gas, then you'll notice you won't have as much bile. So even though my body has like kind of like skipped that part, it's not as gassy, and it's being able to keep in, because when I take the rectal syringe I'm also using a lot less water now too, because I'm only taking 2,000 milligrams, so I can dissolve it in less water. So it's like my body's able to hold it in longer, and then the next day it definitely all comes out. But it's not the same as it was during the first couple of weeks when I got on reduced glutathione and I was doing 4,000 milligrams a day. And yeah, that's all. I guess that's all I have to say about that. But my legs are looking pretty good. My arms, I had taken a picture. Well, I'm gonna take another one for you guys because I find that on video versus doing like a picture, it kind of it looks different. So I'm gonna take a picture of my arm because I was trying to show you guys a couple weeks ago some discoloration on my skin that it's hard to see when I'm on this camera, but you guys should be able to see it. Okay, let me see how that looks. Okay, you can see a little bit of it, so I'll show you the other arm too, because I think that's what I did in the video as well. So I've noticed my skin, I'm not doing any type of exfoliation. I'm just using like a Kojic soap, which I always use, and then I'm doing the that chamomile blend plus some of that toner from the Naturally Me by Karen website. And so it seems that I have more of the light colored skin like coming out, even though I'm not even exfoliating. Like, it's crazy. So I don't know how much of this is the rectal syringes that my body is now holding in for like 8 hours while I sleep, or if it is also me using the topical of the chamomile. Because I will tell you, like, the chamomile, if you guys are thinking about doing like a chamomile tea spray for like your skin, 100% do it. Like, do it, especially since chamomile tea is like it's pretty cheap. If you get it from Amazon, it's going to be a little more money than what it would be if you just like go to the grocery store probably. So if you buy it in bulk, like the actual flowers, and you're going to use this like to also do yoni steams, then it makes sense, because like the $36 you pay for that like 1 pound bag, like it'll last you a year if not longer. But if you just want to get like the little tea packets or whatever, make some tea, brew it really strong, so just like set it in boiling water for a long time, and then use that in a spray bottle. Like, it does seem to be working. Obviously I can't say that that's the only reason why my skin is like changing like this. Obviously I'm also doing the rectal syringe for like an ungodly amount of time, but I definitely think the two are definitely doing something. So the smoothness of my skin and the brightness of my skin has changed. I think, to me, in real life, like, it's changed a lot since I've started doing the chamomile spray. So I'm usually spraying it on maybe 2 to 3 times a day, and it's just like staying on my skin until I wash it off. So I definitely think that's helping. But obviously what I'm doing internally is getting things started, and yeah, lightening from the inside out, because I don't think just using topicals is enough. Even when I stopped taking glutathione for 5 months in 2020, so I started back up I think in August or September, but like that whole, from like springish to August or September, that's when I got back on glutathione. But I was only doing topicals, and the topicals weren't really doing much for me. So I think topicals and an internal lightener, that works the best. But I don't know, some interesting things are happening, and I'm pretty happy with how it's going. And so I have been feeling like doing another chemical peel. Usually I use the red peeling oil, which is very strong. It's on the SHC glutathione website. They have a yellow chemical peel and they have a red one. The red one is the strongest. The yellow is not as strong. Not to say that it does not make your skin peel, but I've only ever really used the red. And so basically I've been wanting to do it because like I know it's gonna basically take my skin like to the next level. It is a more dramatic change. The only bad thing is like you look like you're a snake shedding its skin for like 2 weeks, and so that's the only reason, that's the only thing that's like kept me from doing it. Also, if I do it now, I don't feel like I'll be able to give you guys a fair review on the chamomile lightening spray that I made, because like I wanted to use that for a couple weeks. I've been using it for maybe a week now, and like definitely it's working. But also like I wanted to see like, okay, so how is it gonna work in like a couple weeks? But obviously if I do the lightning peel, then that's gonna negate the other spray that I'm using, because I won't be able to use it. But at the same time, it's gonna give me amazing looking skin. So like I'm arguing back and forth with myself, should I do it, should I not? Because I don't know, I really want to do it just because I know it'll like probably take me down maybe either half a shade or a whole shade, and then I could use the chamomile spray mixture as a maintainer or like a maintenance thing. Because I will say, if you are using a chemical peel, a pretty strong chemical peel that's going to make all of your skin peel off, which is what the red peel does, yes, the results are dramatic. You can definitely see a change at the end of your skin just being lighter, but it doesn't last that long if you're not also doing something to keep your skin that color. So my skin went right back to the color it was before a couple weeks afterwards, but also I was not using SPF, so you know, the sun does its thing, and also I hadn't been on glutathione for very long, so it didn't have enough time to like start working in my system. So just keep that in mind.